Hey everyone, Tony here as part of the Football Manager Therapy podcast. If you're a listener or subscriber to the podcast, thank you so much for being part of it. I hope you're enjoying it. Myself and Matt, we're enjoying producing it. If you've not listened to it and you're interested, come along and join us. We're available on all of your usual podcast platforms. So we're on Acast, we're on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts now as well. So come along and see what we're about. We also have some YouTube content, obviously on this channel, where we are playing a Scandinavian Triple Crown challenge. Now, the plan in that is for myself and Matt to spend 10 seasons trying to win a title in Norway, Sweden and Denmark. At the minute, I am in Ostersunds in Sweden, and if you've been following the videos so far, you'll know that it's not really going particularly well, to be honest, and we're under a bit of pressure. So much so, at the end of the last episode, the board asked me for a little meeting. Now, I'm guessing it's not one of those lovely, here's a new contract and a massive shiny raise kind of meetings. I get the impression it's one of those, you're in a lot of trouble, and we need to have a chat sort of meetings. So we'll find out what that's about in this episode. If you have been enjoying stuff so far, or stuff on the channel as well, I've got a Kaiserslautern save if you're interested in watching that. If you're enjoying all this sort of stuff, give the videos a thumbs up, give them a like, that'd be much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel as well, that'd be really much appreciated as well. The numbers we're getting at the minute are really great. I'm really happy with all that. Any comments as well, please leave them below in the comments box, and I will of course reply to everything. But I suppose what we need to do now is, we can't keep the board waiting. We'd best go and find out what they're after. And I mean, you know, I'm sure it's going to be good news. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to go and just knock on the boardroom door and see what they're after. And here we are then, guys. As we said, the board have requested a bit of a meeting, a little bit of a chat, and as we sort of suspected, it's not a nice conversation. It's very much a conversation of, we're going to sack you quite soon because we don't think things are going well, which, quite frankly, I'm a little bit miffed at, right? Because, I mean, granted, we're in the bottom three, okay? I'll hold my hands up to that. You can't hide the facts there. We're 3 points away from safety. It doesn't mean that we're miles away from safety. We could theoretically save ourselves. I'm confident that we'll do that. It might go to the wire, but I'm confident that we'll do that. We've got plenty of time left to turn this club around. I think I'm in this for the long haul. Okay, I'm obviously thinking tactically. I think that I have an idea that will work long term. Granted, it's not really happening short term. Lucas not been on our side. We're losing, of course, you know, by 1 goal or 2 goals, and then a blunder or like absolute worldies or stuff like that. So I don't think that things are as bad as the board are suggesting, but ultimately, you know, they're the ones that are in charge. They're the ones that pay the money, and they're seeing clubs around them moving managers on, making changes, hoping for that sort of new manager effect, and thinking that that might save them, because they think that maybe we can't turn this club around, which, you know, is a shame for me personally, because I thought this was going to be a long-term thing, but they're very much thinking it's going to be short, very short now. 8 points in the next 5 games is what they want, so we're talking tall orders. This is going to be a tall order, but you know, fine, if that's what they want, that's what they want. It's one of those things. At the end of the day, it's football. You know, managers come, managers go. If we get sacked, we get sacked. If we don't, then great. It means we've turned it around. But as I say, I can't help but feel a little bit put out at this point. There are options though. I mean, look, you know, AIK are looking for a new manager. Strømsgodset in Norway are looking for a new manager, and then there's a couple of sort of clubs there. So Norrköping are also in the sort of same boat as myself. Nathaniel Ogbeta is a guy that we've brought in on loan from Man City to shore up the defence. Now, I guess we're going to get 5 games out of him at the very least. We start the, I suppose, career running, do we call it? We're travelling to Örebro. Ogbeta is going to get a debut. Also, we have a change in the midfield there, where Pueva is coming in to cover for suspension. And I mean, look, yeah, fine, 3 points away from relegation. Yes, the goal difference is now taking a swing from the last video, which we saw where we were sitting relatively comfortable, and then now we're sort of not so comfortable anymore. So I don't know. I guess I can see where they're coming from, but it's frustrating, is what it is. But never mind. It's one of those things. Hopefully we can turn it around. As I say, 5 games to save our season. 8 points is what we need to get. That's it's a lot in it. Like, when you're not picking up points, to get 8 in 5 is a lot. Like, you're talking, 2 wins and 2 draws in 4 games, and if we've not put that sort of run together previously, then where do you pull it out in such a short space of time and under pressure to do so? So we'll see. A little bit of a through ball there, and Kadiri just like whiskers away from putting us ahead. And I mean, that's been the story of the season, really, hasn't it? Like, getting to the point, creating a good chance there as well. And it's just that little either lack of quality or bit of luck or like an extra couple of inches, and just ricocheting there, like pinball in the area. And it's just like we're just not getting the rub of the green, to be honest. So I suppose you can understand why we're down when we're down. A 0-0 against the Red Bros, so I suppose we started that sort of 5 points need. Oh, that's nice, a nice little ticker there, just to show me how many points I need to get. A very clear visual representation of just how badly we're doing. Aminu Mohamed is another player we brought in, again from Man City, to get next to bit of quality. This is quite interesting, though, because obviously we are on countdown to losing my job, but to all intents and purposes, we're not doing too badly if you look at that performance review there. So a C- for the vision, I suppose. Right, fair enough. We'll take that. But nothing's like massively jumping out that they were really annoyed with. Like, they weren't bothered about the transfers. Like, the matches were okay. Finances were fine. But the squad vision was fine. The squad harmony was fine. And look, I think mentally I've already checked out at this point now. I think the board have said their piece. They clearly don't want me at the club. And I'm not going to be petulant and just throw my toys out the pram, but we've got 5 games to sort of prove that, that we can do this. And I don't know, is there part of me that thinks we can't? And I've just got to sort of be like, right, well, what's next? Am I on job preservation mode now? Because, my reputation needs to be preserved. I've only got 10 seasons to win titles in three nations. This has been 6 months that's going to possibly set me back, because I guess I'm not going to get a job at a top club now, certainly not this season, and possibly not next season if I don't get a job in between. So in terms of the challenge, this is not, that was quite close, wasn't it? This is not really ideal, really, 6 months in and getting sacked. So I guess there's a bit of stock to take. We need to look around and see whose sorts of jobs are available. Oh God, you've got to be kidding me! Like, you've got to be kidding me! I mean, that sums up my career at Ostersunds, I think. To be honest, look at this, right? This is just, I mean, he's like the keeper's going for it, and he's punched it in the other side. Like, he's put his hand up and he's almost battered it behind him. Just woeful. And against our local rivals as well. So not only are we going to get relegated, I'm going to get sacked. These guys have now got a bit of local pride as well. I mean, clearly nothing happened in the second half at all from kick-off to 80 minutes. Nice ball through there, 1-on-1, keeper saves it. But yeah, I mean, it's, as I say, I think in terms of a challenge now, we have a bigger challenge to look forward to is maybe the wrong word. Because I think that Matt's doing great wonders over at Bodø/Glimt in Norway, and I'm not doing great shakes at Ostersunds. So, as I say, we'll find a club, but I think it's going to be someone who's sort of in or around where we are. And yeah, I know I'm speaking quite defeatist now because I am starting to think this is not really going to happen. What we're looking now, it's getting really insecure in it. It's If we can turn it around, we can turn it around. I mean, the press are pretty much, filling in my sorry you're leaving card, which is a shame because, as I say, it could have been nice to have done something good here, but that's not to be. We'll look forward. We've got a couple more matches at least to manage, so we'll see how we get on. We're playing IK Sirius now, who again are another team who are down where we are and will probably have a massive say in my future, because if we lose here, then I'm guessing it's pretty much all over. And I think that's probably the case, isn't it? What's that? We've got some chat here. This is what I've noticed as well. That they're properly in your face in the Swedish league. They love a tunnel chat, which is fine. I don't mind that, And right now, I mean, I guess I've got nothing better to do than sort of sit and have a conversation in the tunnel about players, about whether or not they can handle criticism. I mean, let's face it, the players are getting criticised. I'm getting criticised. Everyone's getting criticised. It's just the way it is, and it's a shame because it's just football and people need stuff to talk about, and unfortunately, as I say, we're not really dealing with pressure, and I mean, I just want to get out there and just get the game done and move on, because we just need to turn this around now, and I think the longer that question mark hangs over the club, then the more sort of pressure that we're under. As I say, I think that Sundsvall defeat was going to hit them hard, really, because that's such a poor goal to concede as well. Really, really bad. And it's just, if you're a player, you wonder just how you keep bouncing back from that. And, I mean, they're clearly not, is obviously the thing. 19 games in, and we're not bouncing back from anything. But, if we could pull it round here, this would be brilliant, to be honest. Nice ball out wide. Just cut the ball back a little bit, and okay, nice bit of space here. Can we pull something? No, we can't. We can't even beat the first man. But oh, that was not too shabby. That would have been a great goal. That would have been a brilliant goal had that gone in. But sadly, not meant to be. It's just the way this season's going, to be honest. What I think we should do is, when we take a shot, we should have movable goals that we could try and actually sort of catch the ball in the net. See if that'll help, because I just think that there's something off with every single one of our players' eyesight. So maybe everyone's just slightly off balance or has a slight squint or something. Because we're just those millimetres or a couple of inches out every single time there's a good chance, and it's really quite frustrating, to be honest. That's a great ball in, and is that a goal? No, they're offside on that one. Look, I mean, this is the thing, I'm not even reacting now. He's a mile offside. Absolute mile offside. But yeah, I'm not even reacting now. I'm just there's a goal. And that's a shame. That's a massive shame, because I came into this challenge really enthused about the challenge itself and thought this would be great fun. We'll start down here, then we might move up somewhere. Maybe we'll sort of switch around. But now I'm as I say, oh God, my reputation's tarnished already. And I've only got 10 seasons, which at the start sounds like a lot, but it's not really, is it? You think it's 3 seasons per nation. That's 9 seasons. Then you got your 1 year gimme, and if this is the gimme year, then I've not done well. If this is my managerial gap year, then this hasn't really gone to plan. But I guess not everything does go to plan in football management, does it? And we are where we are, and we will improve. upon this, and I know that at least one or two people who have been tweeting about this challenge will be sitting and absolutely loving this, that this has gone as badly as it's gone, as quickly as it's gone. I know Matt's obviously a big fan of the fact that before episode 2 of the podcast comes out, my job is already under threat. And you know what? Part of me is finding it quite funny now as well, actually. I know I laughed at the end of the last video just thinking, this is brilliant. Like, we've had a podcast for a week and I am already, like, begging for my job to be kept. And the board are now going, like, it's just not working out, is it? And you're like, all right, fair enough. That makes sense. So episode 3 of the podcast could be quite interesting. Pick that out. That's an absolute worldie. Alex Perver. What a strike that is, man. Like, that's fantastic. Højbjerg pulls it back, and Perver, what a strike. Just, like, that's great technique, isn't it? Like, cuts across it. If you ever kicked a football like, you'll know exactly what I'm about to say. Cuts across it right through the laces. As clean as you like as well, because you've got to get your head over that. Otherwise, it's like flying off into the stands. That's a great goal. And look what that's done to the league now as well. So we're actually level with Elfsborg. Granted, their goal difference is better, but we might be in. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But that's a huge goal. That is a huge goal. And there's Mohammed as well, who's just obviously coming on loan, and he's done a great. That would have been amazing. That would have been a beautiful goal if we got that in. Okay, I think there's a bit more about this team now. Sorry, I've spent the last 3 matches slagging them off and saying that I'm pretty much done. But this 45 minutes is potentially giving me hope. It's going to be false hope, innit? Like, just I've already bought into my own nonsense. I'm sitting here going, oh, this is going to be brilliant. You know, we're going to win this game, and then we're back on course. So that'll take us to what? A win, a draw, and a defeat. So that's 4 points out of 3 games. Not impossible to still keep my job, but still pretty difficult. And I can't allow myself to get sucked in. I think that's the whole thing with football. It's the belief that kills you, and the hope. Great. Oh God. Right. Well, I suppose that sort of makes the decision for me now, doesn't it? Really. No need to get comfortable and think about keeping my job or things going well, because a fair play, that's a decent finish, really. Again, decent technique under pressure, great ball in. He's just gone off the back of his marker, and and just again, fair play. He's got to keep that ball down. He's got to strike it cleanly and finish it. But it's just, I don't think teams have to work too hard to beat us. Great save. As you can see now, they're already starting to turn the screw. Our players' heads have dropped. They know that it's like, they're not fussed now. I suppose you can only take this sort of emotional battering so often before it just becomes like sort of second nature, really. You're almost expecting it. Like you can see the goal and you know already you're going, there's another one coming. And it's a hard psyche to change. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity to change that psyche in these players. But never mind, you know. Nice ball in there. Good tackle. Great ball back in. Good header away. Like, we do some stuff really well. That's the problem. Here's Mohammed now. See what he can do up front there. Buys a bit of time. Buys a lot of time. Great effort. Oh, and then at the side net as well. I'm beginning to wonder what would have happened had we had Mohammed all season. Because he's got something, hasn't he? He's got something, this kid. And he can play the way that I kind of wanted the lone striker to play, which is an ability that Kadiri doesn't really have, sadly, but Mohamed seems to have what we're after. So, as I say, it's a shame we've not had him all year, and it will be interesting to see what happens. I'll maybe keep my eye out for him to see how he gets on, but he's certainly impressed me, I think, to be honest, since he's played this match, and the director of football, I think, has spotted a decent player. Again, 1-1. Like, we dominated that game as well, so you can't even be sitting there going, oh, well, we got lucky. We've done that thing again where we snatch a draw from the hands of victory, and it's just, like, it just grows, doesn't it? Like, as I say, you know the second it happens, you can see it coming, and the players can see it coming, and I don't know, I think it's just a spiral at the minute, absolute spiral. And yeah, if that game wasn't my last game, then I think this is definitely, I think we need to get a win now, don't we, against Kalmar, who are currently sat in third, so that doesn't bode too well. But, no pressure, go and see what we do. I mean, we beat Hammer Bay, they were second, we beat them with no pressure, so maybe we can pull an upset off. Who knows? I would like to think that in this moment I am quite sort of stern in the dugout at the minute, like maybe arms folded, shirts open, just chewing some gum or whatever, just sort of like sitting there going, all right, okay, let's see what happens here, and trying to sort of keep it all in and trying to keep relatively calm, but underneath sort of sitting there thinking, glad we're playing away from home, because if we were at home against a team who are flying quite high and things start to go badly and the crowd turn, then it gets a bit unfortunate and a bit nasty, and you don't really want that, to be honest, because yeah, it's just not nice, is it really? But hopefully we can avoid that, because we're playing away from home. As I say, we're 37 minutes in and so far holding them 0-0, which again, I'll take that. So far, it's not going to make a blind bit of difference in the grand scheme of things, because we need to win, so we need to start pushing on. If we don't get that victory, then sadly, as I say, it's probably all over, and we have to start going to the Swedish job centre and finding out what sort of jobs are available for an unemployed English manager. Again, another shot just gone wide. Like, I don't know. There must be other teams who have got rotten luck like ourselves. Nice save. But I just don't seem to know where these teams are. Good ball. Lovely block. And again, we managed to clear that, that's fine. But it's come back in again. And again, we got that cleared. Like as I say, like normally, looking at some of this lovely ball, go on. Oh. Like looking at some of the play we've got, we're actually, like that is the moment right there. That's the Malmo moment where Malmo, we had the opportunity 5 minutes from the end, shot ricocheted off the inside of the post and went away. That is the moment right there. If that goes in, then it's a completely different outcome to everything. I think that is very much our luck has run out. That's where we're at now. I think that the directors and the board are typing up a letter as we speak. In fact, they're probably not even typing a letter. They're probably just going to text me, I think. Because, yeah, I get the feeling that any chance of keeping my job has just gone at that point. And to top it all off as well, Elfsberg are still a couple of points clear, and we're not going to make it, I don't think. I think this is pretty much it. We might as well have a quick look at the watch, see if there's anything worth looking around for. Savour it, take it in a bit. You don't want to remember this feeling again, Tony. You need to move on from this. Matt's laughing. Great save. Yeah, I'm going to have to tell him on the podcast that there's been a bit of a situation. And the career save feature of the podcast is going to be me asking how you how long it will take to get a new job, which, as I say, is part and parcel of this process, but it's not quite what I was hoping for, to be honest, to start the challenge. 0-0 there against Kalmar, and I presume we know what's coming next. I guess we just wait. Yeah, there you go. It's official. We are out of a job. So that's fine. I guess we now start looking for something else. All we can do, really, isn't it? Put our CV about, see what happens. It hasn't worked, fair enough, it's not worked. We tried some stuff, it didn't work out. We'll go and find out what we can get instead. If you're enjoying the videos, obviously do please hit like and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we'll be back with a new team on Friday when the next video drops. As I say, any comments below, do obviously hit us in the comments box, and I will feed back to every single person who replies. Obviously follow the Football Manager Therapy podcast on all of your podcast channels. Thank you for watching, and like I say, on Friday, hopefully we'll be back with a new team. It's a shame Ostersunds hasn't worked out, but you know what? Never mind. It's one of those things. So we'll be back on Friday with a brand new adventure as part of the Scandinavian Triple Crown Challenge. So we'll see you then.